Hi, this is Nico Hischier. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Wednesday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. And Scotty's Michael J. Fox Studios out in Beverly Hills, California, as the Devils are victorious with pairs of goals from, Nico Hischier, Dawson Mercer, and Michael McLeod. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Scotty, take it away.
What is up, Sam Wu and everybody on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, X, Twitch, Instagram. Woo! What a game going on. Oh, and who was I just saw it on the Ronaldo. No. We cannot be talking about trading Michael McLeod. That's a no-go. Fitzy, if you're listening to this podcast, no, we're calling a timeout here to discuss it and say no-go on any potential Michael McLeod trade. And Sam Wu is muted. All right.
Yeah. You see my latest tweet?
I hope not. If it was anything that you we will keep private in our group chat.
Oh, not that one. That was just
okay.
That was a little bit.
That was a
little bit of a dirty joke. I tweeted
not PG for us.
Yeah. Besides, it's a joke. It's a joke that I only understand. But anyway,
okay.
Michael McLeod for Connor McDavid straight up because of all
for
the
McDavid. Okay, maybe for McDavid straight up. I'll entertain that so we can reunite the McLeod brothers in Edmonton.
Yeah,
you know?
You see,
family comes first.
Yeah,
family comes first. That's
exactly.
it. Okay, all right. So maybe there's one potential trade. We'll look after. We'll see what magic Fitzy can pull. But if it's anything less than McDavid, Fitzy, please, no go on that dude. He is breaking records in the faceoff circle. He's scoring goals. He's playing the best hockey of his career. And we all know Beer Baron has had a man crush on Mikey McLeod for a number of years now. Do you really want to break Beer Baron's heart, Tom Fitzgerald? I don't think so. No one wants to see a tear run down that cheek come Sunday night on the Let's Go Devils podcast. But let's talk about this game. And woo! Max with the super chat already. The victory bucks for a 6-pack of goals. That's a 6-pack of and crew brew right there, which we're getting close. Been excited about. I'm getting ready to book my plane ticket back for the week of the outdoor game. Can't wait to be hanging out with everyone and drinking some and crew brew in the parking lot, tailgating, and another one from Max. More victory bucks. Wow. Mrs. Wu is going to be happy because the Mrs. Wu, the Get Sam Out of Jail fund is increasing over here. So thank you, Max. We truly do appreciate that. Let's talk about this game over here. Number 36 on the road. We know the Devils are the road warriors. With the in DC, the Washington Caps, which is a team they've struggled with for a number of years now. The Caps, those crafty veterans, they got some size. They got a little bit of speed too. Not as much as the Devils do, of course. But that size is a really big difference. And we've seen a number of times a Washington Capitals team, not only against the Devils, but we all remember the incident where Tom Wilson ruined the Rangers franchise within about 30 seconds of one game. And we loved him for those 30 seconds. But then afterwards, not so much. But I will say, my New Year's resolution is to be only positive about Brendan Smith. And did he play Tom Wilson quite well today? I loved the Wilson chirp from across the ice and Brendan Smith in the penalty box just being, ooh. He gave him the Scott Hall jazz fingers. Remember Scott Hall in wrestling? When someone would come out and talk smack to him, he'd go, ooh. Brendan Smith doing the Scott Hall. NWO. But anyway, getting sidetracked here. We got a bunch of things to talk about before this game. You all know that Timo Meier, we were talking about it on the last Devils After Dark. He did a little header over an opposing player there on the ice. And, he went off against the Bruins. I was like, who the hell were they playing? That's right, when they lost against the Bruins. And he skated off, but he didn't look very comfortable. And everyone was concerned that he re-aggravated that injury that was bothering him all season long. And yeah, it looks like he did. So he's going to be out. We don't really have a full timetable on him. But Graham Clark from the AHL has been called up to the big team. He didn't get in the lineup tonight, unfortunately. But I'm sure we will see him relatively soon. And the Devils are well rested. And their last game was Saturday against those Boston Bruins. So they've had a couple days off. The Caps are we know this, right? They're in the second game of a back-to-back. However, the Capitals are a very strong team in the back-to-backs. Going into this game, they are 6-0-1 in the second half of back-to-backs. More bad news. Palat is now injured. Not what we want to see. We were just talking about this team getting healthy, and it's like knock on wood, because it seems like we're just piling up those injuries again. So that's two big pieces of the equation right there with Timo and Palat. And we've seen Timo struggle, which, by the way, even though he's had a down year, he's still fifth on the team in goals with 9. And Palat, we know we've been hoping for a little bit more from him, but still he is a big piece in the locker room and out there on the ice. We can debate about the contract and the overpayment, but he does have a presence out there on the ice with this team. So losing Palat, losing Timo, Graham Clark called up, like we said, Colin Miller back in the lineup, Curtis Lazar back in the lineup, Brendan Smith to the left wing on the fourth line, which is where we want to see Brendan Smith play, because holy hell, does he do so well when he's on the wing there. I know he prefers to play defense, but he does such a better job and plays such a better game on that left wing. So the lines are all kind of messed up today. You got your Jack, Jesper, and Toffoli, but then you got a second line in Nico Hischier, Dawson Mercer, and Eric Halla. Your third line with McLeod now has Curtis Lazar and Alexander Holtz on it, Tierney, Bastian, and oh man, why can't I think? Who was on the fourth line? Brendan Smith. Duh. I was like, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I was just saying it. But either way, big game, 4-point game against the Caps, who the Devils just happen to be 2 points behind in the standings to start this game. So let's get to it. Finally, been playing catch up here for a little bit and get to the old score sheet so we can look it up, because it didn't take long for the Devils to get on the board, which is something we like to see. It's only the 11th time this season the Devils have scored first in the game. And who is it? The captain, Nico Hischier. We're on what did we say? A Hischier? A Hischier heater? A Hischier heater? How did we say it? I can't even remember. But anyway, Nico Hischier, a day before his 25th birthday. Yes, don't forget, he's turning 25 tomorrow. He's just entering his prime. Oh, man. Do we have some really, really good years ahead of us. When Sam Wood was always talking about 2025, he was not joking. But just the day before his 25th birthday, Nico Hischier makes this play happen, and he had a hell of a game today. Nico exits the zone, out of the D zone, and he passes across to Colin Miller, who comes into the neutral zone and enters the O zone, right? And what does Colin Miller do? He rips a shot on net, which gets through to Shepard. It's a far-range shot, and Shepard puts his blocker out there, and the puck bounces. It's like one of those big, juicy rebounds that we've been seeing Vitek Vanacek leave for the opposition. Well, this time, Shepard left one out there, and the puck is bouncing, and the Capitals defenseman is facing Nico, and Nico is obviously squared up to the net here, but the defenseman cannot see the puck bouncing right by him. Nico has got his eye on that puck the entire time. He gives it a good baseball swat on the bounce, and boom, he's able to nail it and get that puck going high, glove side, past Shepard for his 9th goal of the season. Even strength at 3:03 of the first period. Colin Miller getting his 2nd assist of the year, and look at that. Dawes days ahead of us. Nico Dawes getting his 1st point of the year with an assist on that goal. Devils up 1-0. And then they almost went ahead 2-0 on a funky bounce off the board. Simone Nemec did a dump in, and it's one of those plays where it looks like the puck is going to wrap around, but for some reason it shot back out like on a diagonal towards the goal. And as Shepard is trying to get back there, he's sliding across to pin himself against the goalpost, and the puck just squeaks by him on the inside, and it's sitting right there in the crease, and you're like, but it does not happen. It does not go. Devils still up 1-0. And then our good friend John, don't call me Dan, laces out Isotona Gloves Marino. He draws a tripping penalty, and the Devils go on the power play. A part of their game we've been hoping to see them improve upon. They were so unbelievably on fire in the beginning of the season. They've kind of cooled off, but we know recently they've been starting to pop some of those power play goals into that. Can they do it again? Spoiler alert, they can. All right, and who is it? It's the captain again. 2 goals in the first period. This one at 9:50 on the power play. A PPG for your New Jersey Hockey Devils, and this one is a great tip by Nico. And who was taking the shot? Oh, it was Luke Hughes. That's right. Luke Hughes at the point. So Jack and Luke, they're doing their magic around the perimeter. Jack brings the puck back to Luke Hughes, who's kind of fading towards the center, right by that blue line. Okay, and then you got Toffoli parked on the left-hand side of the goaltender, and then Nico is kind of skating across towards the right. Or was it the other way? Maybe Nico was skating towards the left, and Toffoli was parked on the right. And Nico is then providing that screen as he's moving across, distracting Shepard. And Luke lets the shot go. It's like a mid-low range shot. And then as Nico is skating by, he's able to get a stick on it, tips, changes speeds. And then instead of that mid-low, it starts going up like that and into the back of the net. What a tip by the captain. His 10th of the season coming from Luke Hughes, who now has 15 assists already as a rookie defenseman, and his big bro, Jackie Boy, Jumpin' Jack Flash, that is his 30th assist of the season. Devils up 2-0. And then, you know what? Something we talked about last Devils After Dark. Hey, Nate Bastian, where's the physicality? Well, he kind of brought a little bit more in this game. Although in the first period, they got called for a penalty. I'm not going to lie, kind of liked it. He was behind the net. He took a hit and he lost his stick. And I don't remember who it was there was on the Caps, but man, he just pushed them. Like when Elaine would push Jerry or George or Kramer, get out on Seinfeld. Nate Bastian brought the Elaine Bennis power. Okay. And he knocked whoever the Caps player was there down on the old keister. Unfortunately, it drew a roughing call, but still, kind of like to see a little fire from Nate Bastian. Feel like it's been missing this entire season. So the Devils go on to the PK, and unfortunately, the Capitals do get a goal. But I will say this, before it happens, we got to give a shout to Chris Tierney, who, is back on that fourth line center role. And not only did he win a faceoff in the defensive zone, he wins a faceoff, puck goes back into the corner. Kevin Ball's trying to get it clear, but he doesn't get it out of the zone. And then the Caps defenseman has got it along the blue line, and he's kind of just, on his back skate there, like sliding back, and he's going to let a shot go, looking for a lane. And Chris Tierney all of a sudden, pops into your camera view and throws the leg out. You can't see, I just kicked my leg out there. I was trying to get some height, but not happening for Scotty. But he kicks that skate out, and he makes an ankle save on a big shot from the point. And let me tell you, whoever was on the call there, it was in between the benches, said the entire Devils bench stood up and started, slamming the sticks against the board, giving a little applause there. So that was a hell of a play by Chris Tierney. Face-off win in the D zone, and then blocking a big blast like that when he was hustling to get into position. But alas, Dawes gets caught between going down and staying up. It was kind of a weird sequence for Nico Dawes on this goal. I think this is one that he probably would want back. But it was kind of a weird sequence, and it was like he was kind of like handcuffed. Like, I don't know if I should get up, on my skates, or if I should stay down in the butterfly. And in that split second of him kind of like, hesitating a little bit, McMichael let a shot fly, and it went in over the glove of Nico Dawes to make it 2-1. That's a power play goal for the Washington Capitals at 18:38 of the first period, And now the Caps are starting to get a little momentum, and you're thinking, okay, maybe it's a veteran team. They just played last night, the second game of the back-to-back. Maybe they needed 10 minutes or so to get a little jump start and get the engine rolling. Because right after that, we see Jack Hughes get pushed down from behind by Alex Ovechkin. And it led to a chance that beat Dawes, but it went off the post. So a really scary situation there right at the end of the first period. After the Devils played so well in the first, the Caps just went and tried to grab that momentum right back. And Jackie boy, I know you saw Ovi coming, and I know you heard those steps, but you got to play that puck. You got to be tough on it. And I know he outweighs you by like 50 pounds, but still, just got to be a little bit quicker with it. But I get it. I get it when you got Wilson and Ovechkin creeping around you. But still, got to be tougher on that puck, because if they got that goal, this game might have been a completely different story. Either way, it is 2-1 going into the second period. And right off the bat, oh man, the Caps get like an instant breakaway. They got a set play. They get the puck behind the zone, and they do like kind of a bank pass off the boards to the neutral ice. And then there's just a little kind of touch drop pass to McMichael, and he's already on his horse going, and he just splits the defense, and he's right in on Nico Dawes one-on-one. But holy hell, does Nico Dawes read that play, and he stops it with a big leg save to keep the score 2-1. Some good timely saves. All the Caps goals, a little questionable, but Nico Dawes did have some really big timely saves, and this was one of them. Right after that, boom, that's the McMichael. Then, oh man, Colin Miller had a turnover behind the net, and it led to a good Capitals opportunity. And then Nico had a nice tip pass at center ice to Dawson Mercer. Mercer transitions, but a good diving play by Van Riemsdyk. They had a 2-on-1, and Van Riemsdyk went down, stretched out the stick there, and took away the cross-ice pass on that 2-on-1 to break up that play. But Dawson Mercer says, all right, I had enough of this. I'm ready for a goal and for someone to buy me an Ann Crew brew. Hey, Nico, I saw you got 2 goals. Maybe I'll get 2 as well. And then you could buy me 2 beers afterwards. I don't know. I heard that's what the conversation was on the ice. And Dawson Mercer says, Nico Hischier, I'm going to take advantage of all your hard work that you got going on, because this goal that came at 8:08 of the second period to make it 3-1 was a lot of hard work by the captain along those boards. He did an incredible job keeping the puck in the zone. He didn't have full possession of it. The puck was kind of in his skates all over the place, but he didn't let the Capitals get possession of it either. It was really, really strong play on the wing side along the boards by the captain, Nico Hischier, to keep it in. Eventually, the puck gets moved around and then to the point, and then it goes back down. Who sent that pass down there? It doesn't say. Hischier gets the secondary assist. I'm sorry. So the pass goes back down to Nico Hischier, who's now around the goal line. He passes it around to Eric Halla on the other side, who then gets it right out in front for Dawson Mercer to slam it home. Is this the one that went off? Yes, it went off the D-man stick. So he didn't get like it. I don't know if he just kind of half got the shot or if it deflected off the Caps defenseman's stick. I think it deflected off the stick. Either way, it was kind of a change-up shot over there, and it fooled Shepard, but it goes into the net for Dawson Mercer's 11th of the year. 8:08 of the second, 3-1 Devils, an even strength goal. That's Halla's ninth assist and Nico Hischier's 10th assist of the year. So Nico has got 3 points in this game already. 2 goals, 1 assist. Devils up 3-1. After that, Nico Dawes made a good save on Tom Wilson, who tried to come in there, and we've seen this before with the refs not blowing the whistle on Devils plays over here. So we all know Tom Wilson's an agitator, but he's going to play until the whistle blows, and the refs awesomely didn't blow the whistle. So he starts poking his stick in at Nico Dawes, and then we see Nate Bastian all of a sudden show up. Nice to see you, Nate, on these plays. We've been looking for you all season. And then, of course, when he's on the wing, he always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Mr. Brendan Smith also makes a little skate in there to say hello to Tom Wilson. So like what I'm seeing from that fourth line, it's that physicality that I think every single Devils fan feels this team has been missing for this entire season, especially when you're playing a team like Washington, who's been known to bully their way through some games. So really, really liked what I saw from Brendan Smith today up there on the left wing. So great save also by Dawes over there. But the Caps do even it up pretty close after that. What time was that? At 11:25 of the second period, they make it 3-2 with an even strength goal. Kuznetsov moves in with speed after Ovi gets the puck at center ice. Luke, that's right. Kuznetsov was almost on. It was like a partial breakaway. Luke was tailing him, and it was a nice play by Ovi to kind of like spring him there at center ice. And Luke uses those wheels. Do not underestimate his power. The force is strong with this Luke Hughes Skywalker. And he's able to get back and make kind of a diving, stick poke like that to get his stick on the puck, which kind of knocks it off, to the side. But Kuznetsov is still able to get a shot away, and he gets it past Nico Dawes' his outstretched leg. Whoa, Forgot how to talk there for a second. Gets it past and under Nico Dawes' outstretched leg. Okay, so it was a tough goal. Kuznetsov, you kind of almost have to tip your hat because Luke Hughes made a play on it and he got that puck bouncing and Kuznetsov was able to get his shot on, but he kept his shot on the ice. I think, when a puck is bouncing like that, goaltenders are going to expect it to go up more. And this one stayed real flat on the ice and it just made its way underneath Nico Dawes as he was trying to slam that knee down onto the ice. 3-2 Devils. And then not too long after that, Colin Miller, he's going for a hip check on Tom Wilson, and he ends up tripping him a little bit, and Tom Wilson just pancakes out there on the ice with his hands out like Superman, just laying there. Maybe a little bit of an embellishment, but either way, Colin Miller didn't look too happy about it. And us Devils fans weren't too happy with the fact that the Caps got another power play goal from this. It was Carlson. Big one-time blast from the point. There's a lot of traffic in front on this one. Nico Dawes got a piece of his glove on it. It looked like he was trying to, tighten up the arms to his body. And this is kind of similar. I think we saw one against Akira Schmid, or maybe it was Vanchek the same way, where they were tightening up the holes closer to the body, and then the puck was kind of going a little bit to the side. And it just tips off like the lip of the glove over there and into the net. Dawes can't get enough of it. Carlson gets his second of the year. Big blast. A power play goal for the Caps at 18:58 of the second period. And then you're thinking, oh man, it's 3-3 tie now. That's not good. Don't want to see the Capitals, get any sort of momentum, kind of like how they were doing at the end of the first period. So right after that goal, Tyler Toffoli has a turnover in the defensive zone. He's trying to, I don't know if he's trying to just like chip the puck forward, past the defenseman to Jack Hughes. It doesn't work. And it turns into an immediate opportunity for McMichael on the Caps. But let me tell you, Nico Dawes was not fazed by those last few goals. And he went down, and man, was he following that puck. He saw it and read it all the way. He was crouched down on that ice, and he knew exactly what McMichael was going to try to do. And he came up with a big, timely save right there to kill the momentum of the Washington Capitals. Nico Dawes, huge. That's one of those ones. Remember that one later. Because that save was a monster. Why? Because 46 seconds later, at 19:44, 46 seconds after the Capitals tie it up, Mikey McLeod says, "Oh, Fitzy, you sure you want to trade me? Are you sure? Do you know I'm like almost 67% in the face-off circle? You really? All right. Let me show you what else I can do over here." Mikey McLeod scoring his 8th goal of the season. Response goal, like we said, 46 seconds after the Capitals score to put the Devils back on top, 4-3, an even strength goal. And this one was started by McLeod. He's like, oh, by the way, I throw checks. That's what I do. I throw checks. Maybe you heard of me, Mikey McLeod. He had a monster straight up shoulder check on the Caps forward in the defensive zone that sprung the puck. They lost possession right there. And then Holtzy, he passes it to Holtzy, and Holtzy transitions up the ice and brings the puck into the zone and passes to Mikey McLeod. So Mikey McLeod, not only did he make the check, not only did he cause the turnover, he didn't stand there and watch the play happen. He got on his horse, on that hustle, and he made his way right up the zone, and he's rewarded for it with this goal over here. Because Holtzy finds him, he passes, and McLeod drives, does a little spin-a-rooney. He spins this. If the goal is straight on me here, he's spinning this way, okay? So he's putting his back towards the goal, and you think he's going to have a shot that goes on the far side. Oh, no. He does not. He does not. Shepard is thinking the exact same thing. He's kind of lifting and trying to move over. But Mikey McLeod is able to put it right through the 5-hole of Shepard. That knee is up as he's looking for the puck, and he slides it right under. 4-3 Devils just before the end of the second period. Big stop by Nico Dawes. Big goal by Mikey McLeod for the Devils to put themselves back in control of this game. We're going in the third period, and oh boy, Siegs takes a holding the stick call right in front of Nico Dawes. Capitals go back on the power play. However, Jesper Bratt using his speed. He may not have been on the score sheet tonight, but that doesn't mean he wasn't a contributing factor to this Devils W, because he was a big piece of the pie. And right here, he negated that power play for the Capitals by drawing a tripping call on Tom Wilson as he's using his speed to get by him for a short-handed rush. We get a 4-on-4 situation for about, I don't know, maybe it was about like 30 seconds or so. Devils had about a $120, maybe $130 power play over here. And just as it's expiring. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I don't think it was it Wilson or was it Ovechkin that took that trip? Hang on, I gotta check that. It was Ovechkin. It was Ovechkin that tripped up Jesper Bratt, not Tom Wilson. My mistake. Because I was remembering, it was right when Ovi got out of the box. So just as Ovi is getting out of the box, all right, Alexander Holtz, he brings some physical play. And he makes a turnover happen in the defensive zone with a big check along the boards. Because Kuznetsov is coming at him, trying to check him, and Holtz, he's like, I see you. I got you. I know what you're doing. Tractor beam, line you up. Boom! There's my shoulder instead. And it's Kuznetsov that ends up on the ice. And Alexander Holtz ends up with the puck. He moves it over to Dawson Mercer, and you got Mercer on the left in the slot and Eric Hall on the right. And Dawson Mercer gets the puck from Holtzy, who's on that the left wing boards, and he immediately passes it over to Eric Halla. Everyone in the arena and everyone watching at home all thought, here comes the big one-time blast from Eric Halla. So you got everyone on the ice moving this way, and Halla was like, yeah, you know what, I'll pass it back. And Dawson Mercer, boom! Number 2 on the night. Hey, Nico, I told you I get that second goal. How about an in crew brew? I hear they make winning memories. One crew at a time. Just what I heard. I don't know. That's what.
No. It's make winning memories together.
Oh, together.
Yeah, together.
My bad. Can you get me a liner sheet there, Sam, so I don't screw it up? Can you send that my way so I can read it off?
Just memorize it.
Oh man. Sam's a manual producer over there. Just memorize it. Use your head, dummy. Either way, great shot by DM. And what a smart play by Eric Hall, because the pass from Dawson Mercer across was a little bit slow. And that's why I said everybody all thought that one-timer was coming. So you got your defenders, you got your goaltender, everyone's going to this one side, throw it right back, and Shepard cannot get back to the other side fast enough. Dawson Mercer puts it right by him. Man, second of the game, and this guy is heating up. That's his 12th on the year now. 5-3 Devils at 7:16 of the third period. Even strength goal. Mercer gets his second. Halla gets his second assist of the night. And Nate Bastian. Hey, Nate. Getting rewarded for some good play. Thank you, Nate. Wait, that was Nate? I thought that was Holtzy. Or was it, am I mixing? No, that was, whatever. I guess Nate Bastian touched it after Holtzy along the boards. And by the way, that's the 5th career multi-point game for Dawson Mercer. About 10 minutes later at 15:35, we got a bunch of scrambling going on in front of Shepherd. Devils are getting some opportunities. And Mikey McLeod says, like, yo, Fitzy, do you really want to trade me? Have you seen this backhand? Because watch it real quick. Boom! In the net. Second goal of the game from Mikey McLeod, cleaning up that mess in front. And we're cracking open a 6-pack of Crew Brews and Devils goals down in D.C. Mikey McLeod with his 9th of the year. Holtzy gets the primary assist on this one, his 9th of the year as well. And Curtis Lazar back in the lineup gets his 7th assist of the year. Devils wrap it up. Brendan Smith, before he got, he's always got, we know about the penalties and Brendan Smith. However, this time he took it with like 8 seconds left to go in the game, and it was against Tom Wilson. So, Brendan Smith, boom. Thank you, my friend. Left wing loves you. We still got to see this team one more time, though. I think the fireworks may fly in the final game of this season. The Devils win 6-3. I heard those "Let's Go Devils" chants from DC on the television call. So thank you all Devils fans who were down there in the Washington area today for this game. I heard you. Everybody heard you across the country. National broadcast game, TNT. Oof. We haven't done so well in some of those national games. Tonight was a nice showing. This 4-point game really had an effect because the Devils jump the Washington Capitals in the standings. They're tied with points. The Devils have them on victories. And I'm going to look at what the season series now. It's tied up, right? Is it 1-1? Yeah, it's 1-1. So the Devils, though, with their victory total, jump the Capitals in the standings back into that second wild card position. The Devils, remember just before Christmas, they lost 3 in a row, and we were like, oh no, please not again. Lindy, everyone was starting to talk about fire Lindy. Well, after that, they've won 4 out of 5. Not bad. After a 3-game losing streak, you win 4 out of 5. That's how you turn things around over there. 5 Devils with multi-point games tonight. 5! Nico Hischier, the captain, 3 points, 2 goals, 1 assist. Mikey McLeod. Mikey, are you sure you want to trade me, McLeod? 2 points with 2 goals. Dawson Mercer. Hey, guys. I got 2 points, 2 goals. That should be 2 beers, right? Isn't my book, Dawson. Isn't my book. 2 goals for the youngster. Starting to really heat up. Eric Hall, a 2-point night with 2 assists. And Holtzy. Probably should have had 3 assists on the night. Unless I'm screwing up the order of the goals. But Holtzy had that check along the boards, and then he passed it. I guess maybe it was Nate Bastian that got the pass after Holtzy made the check on Kuznetsov. Or actually, we should say the counter check, because Kuznetsov was coming to hit him. And then, like I said, he just, gave him the shoulder block from hell and put him down. 5 Devils with a multi-point game. Woo! Shots on goal for the Devils, 8-12-8 for a total of 28. Capitals 9-10-7 for a total of 26. Let's see here. Face-off percentage. Devils had the upper hand here. They had 39 face-off wins to the Caps 29. Both teams were 50% on the power play. Devils 1 for 2. Caps 2 for 4. Devils had 16 hits to the Capitals 25. Caps had 19 block shots. The Devils had 8. But the spot that matters the most is on the scoreboard. So the Capitals do lead the season series 2-1. I forgot about that. Was that November 10th? They played them in October, and then November 10th. And so, but I got to look at the standings now just to make sure I didn't screw it up. Wild card. Yeah, there we are. Okay, yeah. So we got 2 victories on them. We both have 36 games played. We both have 42 points, but the Devils have 20 victories. And that's because we don't go to OT a lot. We're 20-14-2. And the Flyers are not that far ahead of us at 43 points. And we have a game in hand on them. And we have one more victory. And then the Icelanders got 44. Carolina's got 46. Man, this division's going to go it's going to flip so many times before this season is over because so many of these teams are so just the parity. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. Might be heartbreaking at the end of the year. I hope not, but it won't be. I think it'll be, because I don't know. It'll be a miracle run one way or another. It's going to be tight. It's going to be a lot of fun, Sam Wu. It's going to be a fun playoff race this year. As long as the Devils don't experience any more injuries. Whew! Let's hear what you think about it. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, X, Twitch, Instagram. And let's say hello to the man in the bunker of Mrs. Wu's Displeasure Palace. The greatest heel in the history of hockey Twitter. The king of the football calls. We've been missing him. We want one again soon. Let's hear from Sam. By God, Wu!
This team is a work in progress, and they are playing like a team right now. Better team defense, still improvements need to be made. Better goaltending. Nico Dawes was good enough. I thought he played excellent at times. I mean, what can you really say? I mean, they started to turn it up. After that December 23rd victory, they lost to Boston, but who doesn't lose to Boston? So now the big challenge is 3 games in 4 days. They get the day off tomorrow, but they're back at it against the Blackhawks and Connor Bedard and his mom on Friday. And then obviously on Saturday, the Hughes Bowl 2, also Snow Bowl. And, and we're also giving away Rangers Suck fortune cookies at American Whiskey, tentatively. We might reschedule because of the storm. We're not sure yet. Also, our special guest will be Christoph Olawa, tentatively scheduled this Saturday at American Whiskey. Mikey McLeod's stock is starting to get very high. Seamus Casey stock is starting to get very high. Interesting that Palat, is hurt right now. Even with Timo Meyer, you would think that it is short term, but the team's playing well without them. And Alexander Holtz, I believe he has the same amount of goals as Alexander Ovechkin right now at 8.
I believe that was the original hot takes with Sam Wu.
Yeah. So
some hot cakes for your hot takes with Sam Wu was that this Alexander was going to be the new Ovechkin.
Yeah. But where's Jack Hughes? Where's Jack Hughes? Has anybody seen Jack Hughes? You don't need Jack Hughes right now. This team is playing very well as a team. And I'm loving every minute of it. And then the MSG Network put out a stat, which I thought was interesting, that there's really 6 points removed from last year's pace at this time. So, and it basically comes down to goals against average. If the Devils can play better defense, because their power play got much better from last year to this year, but if they can play better defense and get better goaltending, they're going to go on a major heater, Scotty.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah. So, all this doom and gloom that we had for 6 weeks there. What's wrong with this team? The frustration. It's a work in progress, folks, because when this team comes together as a team and they play for each other and they have each other's backs, I talked about that, about the beefalytics. Watch out, Scotty.
Sam Woo's a busy man over there with that phone.
Oh, I don't know. Somebody was texting me. It was probably, actually there's a text between Vinny and Shorts Guy about hot dogs, but I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, so something about Texas hot dogs coming. I don't know. But yeah, so, be patient. Let the team grow. Let the team learn how to win as a team versus trying to be the individual hero, and doing them themselves. I mean, we like that stuff, and it's important. Mm-hmm. But you got to have both. You got to win as a team, and you got to win with your talent as well. So, overall, Scotty, I think Luke Hughes is a stud, and him going head-to-head with Connor Bedard, that Rookie of the Year Calder Trophy is looking very enticing right now. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. Just, can we all be quiet about firing Lindy or going after Lindy? We need Burnett back. We kept the wrong coach. Lindy knows what he's doing. He's been there before. And those that say, hey, oh, he has never won a cup. Well, neither did a lot of coaches, throughout professional sports. Like Andy Reid, great coach, took him a long time to win a cup. Joe Torre managed the Mets, then Cardinals, then managed the Yankees.
Bless his heart. He went through the Mets first,
Yeah.
As a Mets fan, we all know how that is. So.
And let me tell you something. He didn't quit after managing the Mets back in those days.
Yeah, most Mets managers, that's the final stop. They've just been like,
yeah,
I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it.
Yeah, that's where careers get ruined. Ask Buck.
Ask Buck. Yeah. Buck was so anxious to get back. Give him 2 seasons. He's like, I'm out, guys. I'm out.
And Mickey Callaway, but that's for a different reason.
That's a different one.
Yeah, totally different one. And Dallas Green. Anyway.
Man.
But yeah, so I just want everybody just to enjoy it, relax. Hockey Twitter or Hockey X has been very
that's not what the internet's for, though, Sam Woo. Come on.
Well, I put up 2 polls. I put up a poll about
Festive poll?
Well, no.
Art Howe. That's another good one too.
Oh yeah, him too. And Willie Randolph, like his managing.
Oh, Willie. Would Jerry Manuel last like a season and a half, or did he get 2 seasons in there? I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Mets managers.
Only Terry Collins really survived.
I loved Terry. I mean, he infuriated me at times, but man, did he have those players back? And I would love a Terry Collins ump fight. I mean, he would go out there all the time.
Well,
he wasn't even making sense half the time, but he didn't care. He was going out there to protect his players.
Let me tell you something. Had they released that video with the one with Noah Syndergaard, where Terry that should have never been released, that video, him yelling at the umps.
You gotta give us a shot. You gotta give us a shot.
I knew it. Major League Baseball didn't want to do anything to that guy. You're better than that, Terry. Our ass is in the jackpot. The situation.
Oh,
yeah.
He was a blast. He made some questionable moves, but I love Terry Collins out there.
I wish they played that clip when he was still manager, but that clip came out virally after he was off the Mets somehow. But
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I kept interrupting you.
No. Got to hit the cough button.
Oh, okay. Well, I do have a couple things to ask you, Samu, because I see a lot of people talking about it, on the old YouTube over here. So, first question is, we'll start with the tough one. Nico Doss. I mean, I see Serve and R. Nunez and Joel Mama and Daryl and Max and Swamp Fox. Everyone's talking about it here. We got another back-to-back situation coming up here over this weekend. What do you do with Nico Doss?
You play him on the second half of a back-to-back.
So you're saying you start Vitek Vanacek against Chicago?
Correct. Because there's enough time lapsed since Boston on December 30th. Vanacek plays awesome when he's on 7 days rest.
Okay.
And then you play Dawes, who would be
Who
on.
Who did they play in the second half? I can't remember.
The Vancouver Canucks, Hughes Bowl 2.
Oh, that's Vancouver, right.
Yeah.
So you're saying play Dawes. I mean, I could see that because Chicago is naturally the lesser of those two teams, They obviously have some weapons there, but they are a rebuilding team.
Yeah.
And Vancouver obviously is playing much better. Where are they now? I gotta look. I don't even know where they are in the standings. Oh, they're in first place. Okay, with Rick Tocchet. Man, they are a plus 46, 24-10-3 with 51 points. Okay, yeah, maybe you play Nico Dawes against Vancouver. Because I think it was Joseph Lanham was just mentioning it as well. I don't know if you see this or not, Sam Wu. And I wish Shorts Guy was kind of here to talk about it as well. Him being, of course, the emergency for the emergency e-bug goaltender.
He's talking about hot dogs with Vinny in a group text.
He's talking about hot dogs right now. There's some really crucial conversation going on.
Yeah.
About some nitrates and stuff, So we won't disturb them. But Nico Dawes with his what was I going to say? Oh yeah, Joseph Lanham, his tracking of the puck. I don't know if you've noticed it.
He's square to the puck every single time.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. It looks like, at times with, Vitek, when he's, starting to do his Hasek moves and he's flopping around, I'm like, does he have any idea where the puck is right now? Or he's just going on pure instinct? And that's kind of the type of goaltender Vitek is. We talked about that. That even if he's off for the night, he's still going to be a gamer and he's going to give you everything he's got. 100%.
Well, you got to credit Nick Villano, because Nick Villano in preseason was talking about Dawes being the goalie of the future. I was saying Schmid. And
he's coming off that hip surgery, so no one really knew for sure exactly how this was going to play out. And this is only a handful of games.
Yeah.
But what I'm seeing is what Joseph was talking about, and you mentioned it. It looks like Nico Dawes knows exactly where that puck is, like every second it's on the ice. Like he is, like you said, he is squared up to it just all the time. And I don't know, I know he's young and he's going to make some goaltending mistakes, but that squaring up and that tracking of the puck, it just, I don't know, it gives me more confidence. Just as a fan watching it, I'm not holding my breath every single shot on net, against the Devils.
I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous when Dawes handles the puck either behind the net. He seems like he is more comfortable than Vanacek and Schmid, who have coughed up the puck behind the net a few times this season, both goaltenders. So far, so good. But again, coming off of surgery, you don't want to, wear him out, with the workload. But, the quote was, we just want him to get some NHL firepower and experience that, bringing up Nico Dawes when they called him up. And he's going to get it if he's playing against Vancouver.
Oh, yeah. And Fitzy is going to have some moves, or some questions to answer, which we're going to talk about next year. But I'm just curious. I'll throw this out to you. Any chance that if Lindy starts Nico Dawes in net against Chicago, and just say, he throws out a goose egg or only lets up like one goal and has a really good game, is there a possibility of him going back-to-back this weekend on Friday, Saturday?
Possibility, if the scenario is correct, because Lindy has done that before. He's done that before. Kind of shocked us. Does he ever learn his lesson? Maybe not. I don't know. But
he's the gambler.
Yeah, he definitely is. But
you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to start that goalie on a back-to-back. There it is. We haven't seen that in a while. Oh, look at old Lindy. Kenny Rogers would be proud.
Don't forget this, Jim.
Okay, so the old Yeller. Oh, boy. All right, so JP says no. He says Dawes needs to rest. Okay.
I agree.
Ruff rides the Joseph Lander says Ruff likes to ride the hot hand. Because of his surgery, and St. Pollock says because of the surgery, play VTech. Kira down to Utica. 7 goals against. Oof. 896 save percentage. Oh man, Max is saying he's 0-1-1. Sheesh. I hope he can figure that out, because that kid looks like he's got all the potential in the world as well.
He's got the yips.
It might be. It might be. So, okay. So we're saying, so you're telling me there's a chance that Nico Dawes plays both games this weekend, but more likely the scenario is that VTech gets in on Chicago and then Nico Dawes back in there for Vancouver. I was only saying the other thing because Nico Dawes seems to be playing well, so I'm like, do you just put him back in there the next game, instead of resting him? But we'll see. We'll see what Lindy does. Next question now, obviously, has to do with all these trade rumors that we've been hearing. Whether they're, accurate or not, I have no idea. I'm not going to go down into that realm. But we're going to take it as a rumor. And we can talk about rumors, as long as they're not completely ridiculous. Would it make sense that teams are calling about Mikey McLeod? Yeah. He's playing his best hockey of his career. Is he an RFA after this year, or is he a UFA? He's a UFA, right?
No, he's an RFA. He's an RFA.
Oh, he's an RFA? Okay. He's still under team control.
But I think he has arbitration rights, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I believe. I believe. I could be wrong.
Okay. I believe you.
Go to Cap.
I believe you that you believe. Yeah. He's the best face-off man in the league right now. Okay. He's on pace to break records for the best percentage. So is this a person, along with a Seamus Casey, that now here's the question, Samu, with all these injuries continually piling up, Timo, don't know how long he's going to be out again, or how long it's going to take him to recover. We all saw how long it took the first time, if he re-aggravated that injury. Palat, we don't really know the extent of his injuries. Lazar's been already out for a little bit, We've seen Nico get dinged up a little bit. We've seen Jack Hughes already. We've seen a number of people. Dougie, obviously, gone for the season. Noshik, probably gone for the season. Is this a team that you go out and you spend a lot on because of these big injuries? Is it a team that perhaps, you maybe stand pat on just because, the amount of injuries?
You want to know my answer to that?
Yeah, I'm asking questions.
All right. The answer is, by the way, he has 1 year RFA.
He's 1 year RFA.
Yeah,
Okay.
Michael McLeod.
And McLeod and Seamus Casey, you mentioned it before, have been. Do you make a move and get rid of these two, which could be core pieces of your team, to take on someone with like a big contract, a la like a John Gibson?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This team is not even that close of being a Stanley Cup in the Stanley Cup Finals the way they are. Because there's certain things that you have to look at as a team that they have to play. They're just starting to learn how to play like a team right now. Their team defense is still giving up 3 goals. Three or more goals a game. Their offense is amazing. And it's going to be amazing long term with the long term players that they have in Meyer, Hughes, Bratt, all signed long term. I've said it, and I'll say it again. 2025 is probably the best time to put all your chips in. Right now, it's not. Seamus Casey, you don't want to tap out your pipeline this soon because you're talking about a generational team with Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier for the next 10 years minimum. 10 years minimum. I don't know where the panic is to get a goaltender right now. Some would argue, well, you want to, use the entry level, take advantage of the entry level contracts of Luke Hughes, which is a nice argument. But the problem is, name me one Stanley Cup winning team that had to take advantage of an entry level contract and won the cup. So I don't think the time is now. I think the time is now is to evaluate the players that you have in your organization right now. Look, 3 years ago, some of us were talking about trading Michael McLeod during that COVID shortened season to get bigger or to get other players. And you only trade players when it makes sense in your timeline and while their value is very high. I think what happened with Michael McLeod and those rumors, which James Nichols, New Jersey Hockey Now, who is a good friend of the podcast, there are rumors. These are credible journalists inside the locker room that have reputations on their line. And a lot of teams may want Michael McLeod, but they're not going to get him. So you know what they do? Those sources start talking the talk to kind of force the issue because, if you want Michael McLeod and Tom Fitzgerald's not picking up the phone, after you made your initial interest, what do? You go to the media and you have them amplify it through their megaphone. Or they call the Let's Go Devils podcast to make up crap. No, we just make up crap as is. They don't even need to call us.
Yeah.
We give ideas. Yeah, we give ideas.
Yeah. Which you're all a part of, by the way. We're not the only guilty parties over here. I want to say this. We've had quite a number of fun ideas, we'll say, from our good friends, our crew on YouTube Live and Facebook Live and everywhere else. So we're not going up the river alone over here. We're dragging you guys down with us.
Yeah. So it's Brendan Smith, could he work upstairs in concession? Stuff like that. We bring suggestions.
I thought he looked great on the wing tonight.
Is there a pun in there?
Chicken tendies? No, I thought he played very well I loved his physical play. Like anytime Tom Wilson was trying to do something, Brendan Smith was skating right there and into it. I told you my New Year's resolution was to not talk bad about him anymore. So
and that's what this team needs. This is what this team needs.
Yeah.
And Michael McLeod does drop the gloves when needed. Why would you?
He made a big hit to spring that one goal. He had a massive shoulder check. that started the whole play up the ice.
Yep.
And then, like we talked about on that was his goal with that was the one with Holtzy.
Yep.
He's moving up, and Michael McLeod, big check in the zone, in the defensive zone, springs the puck loose, quick little pass to Holtzy, and instead of just, wow, I did a lot, he hustled his ass down the ice, and he's the one who ends up getting the goal.
And remember, a lot of us wanted to trade Alexander Holtz last year or the year before. Not me. But,
I never did.
Yeah, not
I never
you,
did.
But fans did.
I've seen plenty of people. Yeah, I've seen plenty of people say that. I've always said to hang on to him. He's gonna be a special player too. He may not be like to the Jack Hughes caliber, but he is gonna be. I think he's gonna be a big part of this team.
Well, if you're gonna play armchair GM, right?
Well, who doesn't love playing armchair?
Well,
GM,
I'm making a point here. If you're
aren't you the one who came up with the idea of coach the team for a day last podcast? So you know,
you know what? Let me tell you something. I think they listen to this podcast. I swear to you, they're probably like, "Hey, you know what, guys? Sorry, VTech. When they crashed into you. Sorry, we didn't defend you or anything. We didn't even bother helping you up. You know."
Does that mean they're leaving like a thing of chicken tendies in Brendan Smith's locker room just to piss him off and get him angry before the game? Just like, so he goes out there?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. They're probably pumping up John Marino by playing my football calls with you. Oh,
I'm sure.
Before the game. Then
100%.
Then John Marino is walking around like Dan. I actually watched Ace Ventura: Pet Detective the other day.
Just because you were in the mood, huh? Oh, man. All right. So last question, or last thing I just want to bring up and get your response on. And that's okay. Oh, Swamp Fox says, would you do Seamus Casey and Alexander Holtz for Askarov? I think that's a lot.
No. It'd be cheaper just to develop a goaltender. You got one in Nico Dawes at the moment. You got to evaluate your assets.
Pick 7. What was Seamus Casey?
He was second rounder, 68. Matter of fact, I think we flip picks with Washington and we pick Casey.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade either of them unless you you got to get blown away for Holtz. But you already see that he's also like developing a physical side to him as well.
Yeah.
And he's a young kid. He's going to continue to grow and he's going to muscle out. And you saw that play where he, counterchecked Kuznetsov. Was that in the third or was that the second? I think that was in the third period. You're going to start seeing more of that. Power forwards, I think, by the time he develops into this league.
All right.
And of course, he'll have more, much like an Alexander Ovechkin, as Sam Wu has told us.
All right.
Go ahead.
I want you to look in the future 5 years from now if we don't trade these players. Think
Scooby-Doo
about
stuff?
Yeah. Or Conan and Brian. In the year 2030. No, think in the year 2027.
In the year 2000.
All right. First pairing, Nemitz and Hughes. Mm-hmm. Second pairing, Casey and Marino. Okay. Third pairing, Dougie Hamilton, who is on the fringe end of his career, still on the team. And another player. You don't know who you're going to draft. You don't know who you're going to draft.
And another player. All right, we'll see.
Think about it.
Could be something that happens.
Your three pairings, on the blue line would be set for the next 5 years.
Okay.
I don't think Ball will be here by then.
We'll have to see.
He's got to play better.
So we'll see how they all develop, but that is something that could very well be. And Max and Serve, I think you're right there with Ball and Felix. They needs to play more physical. Ronaldo.
Would it be awesome if Casey, Nemitz, and Hughes were all competing for the Norris?
That would be something.
If they're on 3 different pairings. And then,
right.
And like, what do you do if you're the voters?
There's potential.
Yeah.
There's potential. Okay, and one other thing I wanted to bring up, because I saw this from Tom and Felix earlier, was that this might be the best game of the season for Nate Bastian. He played physical. He got an assist. He was in on some plays, around the front. It wasn't just a one and done type of deal. And some of that offensive prowess came because for the first time since last season, and this is a piece of Nate Bastian's game that I know Sam Wu has loved in the past, but I don't think we've seen it at all this year. If we have, it's been minuscule amounts. But Nate Bastian being that front guy on power play number 2. And tonight, he was getting some power play 2 time.
Now, didn't I tell you they listen to this podcast? That's what Lindsay does. You think I'm kidding around? Is that a coincidence that just happened? We just talked about it. And then he gets a penalty. But when he got that penalty, I'm like, you know what? I like that. Because he sent the message. Penalty. He sent the message. Yeah. Now go kill it off. If the Devils can learn how to kill off penalties, let me tell you something. And then they use that to their advantage and get a little edgy and a little aggressive and willing to take a penalty just to prove a point. This team is meow going to be very dangerous.
I mean, even though Washington scored on that power play, I wasn't angry about that penalty. I was like, oh, hey, hi, Nate Bastian. Nice to see you this season. Welcome to 2024. Let's have a better year than 2023. Because I feel like Nate Bastian has just been invisible out there. And I've seen other places, oh, it should be benched, and it's questionable because he hasn't been effective.
I think Jack Hughes
in his
pretty
role.
Much invisible lately.
Well, I mean, he had an assist tonight, so I'll give him that.
He's not himself.
I mean, after Ovi knocked him down in the first period, he definitely looked like he knew he messed up because he knew he kind of hesitated when he saw him coming.
Yeah.
So. And Ovi outweighs him by friggin' 50 pounds. He's like a freight train. We're coming through there.
Yep.
So I get it. But I think Jack was also seemed a little pissed with himself. Jack doesn't like messing up. You could tell that when you see
he's a perfectionist.
How many sticks he breaks over the benches and everything like that when things don't go the way that he wants them to go out there on that ice. So I don't know. Dude is on pace for 100 points again, so I'm not going to worry too much about him. He'll figure it out. But he's got to be, of course, he knows he's got to be tougher along the boards, and he's got to stop those turnovers.
Yep. I want to answer a question from Tom about the snowstorm Saturday. We're monitoring it right now. We are, as is, American whiskey on Saturday. I mean, the latest, we're talking about 8 inches, 6 inches, depending upon where you are in New Jersey. So it is going to be treacherous. I don't know. You spent 3 months planning this Ranger Suck fortune cookie night with Christoph Olowa, and of course that's the one day it snows. That hadn't snowed in 689 days.
Wow, really?
Yeah. But I think it's coming at night, so I think going to the game would be fine, but I'll figure it out, Tom. We'll announce it on the social media, I'll do a special Woo report if we're not going to be there. I'm not going to be like the New York Mets and, take a rain delay for 4 hours and then just say the game's called off. 4 hours.
We'll see. I mean, we have a game on Friday as well, so hopefully we'll have the most up-to-date reports about seeing how everything is looking and all that. So, as long as you, check out the show here or Game Day Live on Friday, either pre or post game, we'll have some updates on anything that we know. As much as we know, you'll know as of Friday night.
Yeah, we'll have traffic and weather together reports on Saturday. Yeah, this is the Woo Report brought to you by And Crew Brew. Don't drink and drive. Route 78 going to Newark, all jammed up. Take mass transit.
Oh, man. All right, Sam Woo. Well, I think we should wrap it up. Big Devils victory tonight. Playing against a team they have struggled against a lot. They had players show some physicality. They were able to play a four-line team out here for a 60-minute game. They didn't go to sleep for, a big portion of this game. They were able to respond when the Caps did score. I mean, they didn't give up too many. I mean, they did hit 2 posts, but still, they played pretty good defensively tonight.
Yeah.
Nico Dawes made some timely saves. And the offense is, hopefully back to fireworks.
Yeah. And
5 players with a multi-point game tonight. 5. And none of them were named Jack Hughes, Luke Hughes, or Jesper Bratt. Or Tyler Toffoli.
And that's why we went 90 minutes tonight on this fine programming called.
Holy jeez, are we on 9? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
we should wrap
around there. Yeah.
What predictions? It says Scotty, the predictions. What predictions? Oh, the score predictions.
Oh, yeah. Right? So Max hit it 6-3.
Okay. Oh, very nice.
And Vinny Parisi did as well. So Vinny's on a hot streak right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, Mark Schwab, thank you for the super chat. 10 Switch bucks right, for Nico's 10th. And, So, but I wanted to address the snow, all that, because, we'll figure it out, folks. We'll figure it out. Like I said,
we'll give you the updates on Friday as best we can, and then, we'll keep you up to date on the socials on Saturday.
Yeah. All right. Hit the music.
Hit the music. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we won. We're undefeated in 2024 as we drive to our 2025 championship season. Anyway, dropping the podcast at midnight. Thank you to everybody tuning in. Drive safe, everybody. Till next time, let's go Devils.